Hello, listeners. Hello. Welcome back. We are now starting off our new season of The Plot Thickens, known as the Potluck Pals. And we get to name it that because I am hosting the first episode. So what I say goes.
Right
yes, and we will go with it from here.
Heck yeah. So the Plot Thickens is a serialized improv show where we do a certain amount of episodes until the story comes to its completion. And yeah, if you are interested in any short form improv, you can listen to our Wasting All the Time main podcast, and you will get some fun, laid back short form instead. It's all whatever type of funnies you want to listen to this morning, afternoon, or evening. Without further ado, let us begin the very first episode of Potluck Pals. So I just wanted to make sure that y'all had 2 copies of my grandmother's recipe. I made 2 copies for everybody so that you could have one where you write down whatever works for you, what doesn't work for you, whatever needs to be done. And then you've got the other recipe so that, you can look back on it and see how wrong you were.
It's bonkers considerate, Hellen. It's bonkers considerate. Love it.
Well, I try.
Yeah, thanks.
I like that because it's sort of an archival copy that I can keep in mint condition. And in the other one, I can make all kind of note about how to make it better.
Exactly. And that's what I wanted to do. I mean, that is why I printed it on 98 bright 60-pound white paper. I also had it done on a laser printer to make sure that everything was nice and crisp.
It is crisp.
For my grandma's apple crisp recipe.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I wouldn't have thought of that. But the paper's got a really nice heft to it. I really enjoy it. It's very well done, Hellen. Very well done.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Bill. You're welcome, Alistair.
Yeah, thanks. This is fun. I'm happy to be here.
That's what you say every time you're upset.
No, it's yes, but I want it to be true, and so I'm kind of trying to say what I want into reality, and so I am. But I am having fun. I love crisp tarts. That's what we're making, right?
It's an apple crisp,
right? And that's why I'm so happy, because I love apples and crispness.
Alistair, you can cut the apples up into little pieces, make sure there aren't no worms in it no more.
Thank you. Oh my God. Okay.
That is allowed.
Okay. Oh.
I know you had a bad experience.
That was kind of haunting me a little bit. Thank you. Thanks, Bill.
It was also the 4th grade, and I would have liked you to have grown since then, but I understand deep trauma.
It's trauma that I have.
It was a worm in an apple.
He had a worm in his apple?
He was eating.
He had a worm in his apple. Oh, you were eating it? You didn't notice it was mushy or nothing? Have you ever... clearly, you've never had to inspect apples for any outside pests then.
No, but thank you for calling me out on that, Hellen. I love when people bring up my shortcomings in front of the group. Makes me feel
all right.
I'm having fun and I'm happy to be here.
Oh, he's not happy, y'all. He said it again.
Well, maybe an apple crisp will brighten his spirits.
Right.
It probably will. I love apples. Mostly.
Now
they brightened my grandma's spirits every single day until she died.
Right. Yeah. Sorry about your loss, Hellen. How long's she been away?
Oh, about 20 years.
20 years, eh?
Yeah.
But still hurts like yesterday, I imagine.
I mean, I guess I carry around some of her ashes, in this here necklace.
Yeah, I notice you're still wearing black as well.
You got corpse ashes in your necklace there.
I do, yes. And yes, I find that black is always appropriate in any situation. Honestly, I am not mourning my grandma. I am celebrating my grandma, and I'm celebrating the fact that I look very nice in these black jeans. Thank you very much, Bill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, black jeans are stylish. They're timeless. It's the veil that kind of throws people.
It's pretty fucking metal, if you ask me.
Thank you, Alex. I'd like to wear a veil. I shouldn't have to have a reason to wear a veil. I just want to wear a gosh darn veil.
No, and I got no qualms with your veil wearing. Just making conversation.
I mean, I drive a hearse, for God's sakes.
Yeah, no, it's the whole package. Yeah. I'm proud of you. That's a big vehicle, and you handle it well.
Thank you. I got it recently. I got it recently converted, so it's part hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
It's only part hybrid, so I guess it's more like quarter hybrid because it's part.
Yeah, the electrical windows run off battery, and everything else is a combustion engine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
You got a bee in your bonnet, Ali.
It's just we're here making food,
right?
And Helen's driving a car for dead people. Dead people and food.
I mean, morticians got to eat too, don't they, Ali?
I guess.
I mean, we can't all be,
Elvis.
Yeah.
No.
Elvis Presley.
We can't. I thought I asked you to not bring that up. I mean, I know you all know, who I really am, and it's part of my past, baby. So I just wanted. This is a new start for me. Supposed to be dead, but here I am, Mama.
If you just wore a veil,
that's true.
Fix a lot of problems.
Veil would help.
I don't know. Do you think I could pull it off?
I think you could.
Well, I think anybody can pull a veil off.
Yeah, if you get warm or something, just pull it right off.
You just flip it, and then you just got to practice how to flip it, and based off how you flip it, we'll tell everybody, that you are Alistair Poindexter, definitely not Elvis.
I like that. Okay, you don't have a spare on you, do you? That I could.
I've got spares in my car. I've got a box, darling. I like to go to the cemetery after work and just hand out veils to people who are unveiled, as it were. Just after my mortician job and everything.
Okay, I like that a lot. Yeah, thank you. That would be great. Oh, Mama. Thank you.
You don't have to throw in your little old-fashioned sayings. I know you've been getting better at it.
Thank you. I'm trying. My hips still move of their own accord sometimes.
Yeah, but the vocal coach is really paying off.
Yeah, he really is.
You barely sound virile at all.
Thank you. You are so kind. Sterility.
Now, Helen, I'm looking over this recipe, and it does call for Granny Smith apples. And I'm just wondering, how stringent are we on that? Can I throw in some Golden Delicious as well, or what do you think?
Well, I mean, Golden Delicious, they're gonna get real mealy real fast. Yeah. I would say you'd want to just make sure that whatever apple you got, it's going to be a more of a tart apple. It's going to be hardier so that when it cooks, it's smoother. You know, if you get those sweet apples, got too much sugar in them, you pop that into your tart. Well, your tart ain't going to be crisp. It's going to be a flop. Nobody likes a flop tart. Nobody likes tarts flopping all over the place.
We got 2 cups sugar we're already going to add to this. So how sweet do we really want the apples anyway?
I'll be honest, I did not know that apples had sugar in them.
But, what?
Well, on the label, it always just says apple, doesn't list all the ingredients.
In an apple.
I did not know.
Bill, we went through Renato Flambe's entire mastering the art of Portuguese cooking.
Yeah.
And in all that time, you didn't key in to the fact that fruits have sugar in them.
I was paying more attention to the ham dishes and those little potato things. I thought that was good.
Pierogies, they're called.
Yeah, no, I did not key in on any of the apple ingredients. But hey, that's what we're here for, right? To learn.
Right, I suppose so.
That's right.
Fair point, Bill. Fair point, Bill.
Yeah. I love it. So your grandmama made this, Helen?
Mm-hmm. She did. She won 3 county fairs in 2 different states.
Wow.
That sounds illegal. I'm so impressed.
Yeah. Cooking across state lines?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So your grandma was an outlaw?
Well, I mean, she just lived in different places.
Homeless.
She wasn't homeless.
The vagabond's life. It's hard.
She wasn't.
I can see how this recipe means a lot to you.
Carpet bag.
Grandma
the story
went through
she must have had
to bring you this recipe.
She wasn't. It means a lot, but she was
amazing.
not. She was not a vagabond.
And now it's
she was not homeless. It's sacred to me because I love my grandma. I mean, she passed when I was just a little girl.
Because of what she went through to get you this recipe.
The depression.
She went to a Kinko's when they were still around. Made a copy.
Wow.
Your grandma was kinky too?
Wait, no, that's not what Kinko's
we learned so much about each
how
other.
long did she have to... how long did it take her, like, out on the street to get the 25 cents for the copy?
Alex, you've seen my family's estate. You know that my grandma
rags
was
to
not
riches,
homeless.
I imagine.
It's not rags to
Tale
riches.
as old as time.
I mean, we're just very starkly middle class. She wasn't homeless. She wasn't a vagabond. She just my grandpa had a job that caused them to need to move a couple times. And so she just decided, I'm not going to update the recipe because it was good enough for such and such place. It's going to be good enough for Clark County.
Oh, well, that does make more sense.
It's much less compelling, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I like the story. I like that narrative, rags to riches. Why is that so compelling? I don't know.
It's because everybody thinks they can do it, right? Everybody wants to be him. Everybody wants to rule the world, as the classic song says. But we all want to be, head chef someday. Maybe. I don't know.
Not me.
Does that mean, am I projecting?
I enjoy it. It's a fun hobby, but I do not take to it well. And on that note, actually, I was going to ask you, Helen, would it be all right? Would it disgrace your grandmama's memory if I substituted in a Pillsbury dough for all these things you got written out about half cup this and stir that and the eggs and everything?
For to make the pastry dough?
Yeah, because I know that they have them in a little cardboard tube.
That's like half the recipe, mate.
Bill, we went through all of Julia Child's cookbook a couple months ago.
Portuguese cooking. You were there. You had so much fun.
And
we did
Julia
that one
Child,
too.
she was French. French, and
yeah, I know.
Yep.
And this is a difficult breakdown for you for pastry.
Well, I find that I get distracted and impatient very quickly when I'm trying to make something. I like to cut times in half. I say, if I just do it fast, then it'll be at least half done.
That's not how. At least at the very least, that is not how most meats work, and it is certainly not how baked goods work either.
Yeah,
I suppose not. I mean, I do have very poor luck with it when I take that approach.
Have you ever tried to do controlled breathing, like meditative breathing techniques while you're waiting for your food to cook? Like slow down your heart rate, so that you don't become as impatient.
It really helps when you're all shook up.
I think the closest I come to that is after I go take a jog around the block. When I get back, I breathe a lot. Okay, I do breathe a lot.
Why don't you just
I'm a fan.
Take your jog with that adorable little poodle that you got. Why don't you just take your jog while your crisp is baking?
That's so good. That's so smart.
Yeah, I guess that's good.
Hellen.
Tobias does love to run around and be rambunctious.
Mm-hmm.
Regular body salt for this one.
Yeah. What Alex said.
I agree.
All right. Oh. I'll give it a go, Hellen. I'll give it the old college try here first.
There you go.
I'll try to do it word for word.
Bill.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't start another fire.
Well, it's not like you're going to put charcoal in your dryer or nothing.
That would be hilarious and ridiculous.
Fair enough.
Who would do that thing?
I thought that it was healthy. People are putting all this what they call activated charcoal into their smoothies and stuff. And I thought, well, if it cleanses the body and pulls out, I wanted to pull toxins out of my clothes wear, get it real clean. But turns out that Kingston ain't the thing.
It's just science. That's a reasonable experiment.
Yeah, I think it's the additives, but people were kind of poo-pooing the whole concept. So,
Bill, did you use standard or matchlight?
Oh, matchlight. I wanted to. You know me. I'm shortcut guy.
Oh, I mean, that's probably the problem, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not the charcoal.
Well, no, the charcoal performed just as intended. Yeah.
So, Hellen, what are your thoughts on margarine?
Margarine, I mean, now Grandma's recipe, it does call for lard. So, I mean, you might as well substitute the margarine. Just make sure that, you're putting more water into it because you got margarine instead of lard.
Wait, what's the difference? I thought it was the same name or different names for the same thing.
Right. Lard is it's pork fat.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like you take a pig and you boil out the fat and you keep it.
The pig.
The fat.
Oh.
And margarine is, I don't know, I think they do magic or something. Like they take milk and they take butter and they take a bunch of oil and they cast a spell or something.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Is it healthy? I think it's healthier, ain't it? No.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I think that it depends on who's writing the dissertation, right? Who's doing the study?
Oh yeah.
It's like that paper towel versus air blow dryer in the restroom debate. Which one's better?
Yeah.
Which one's better? Sorry,
I too am curious about this.
I don't know, because it used to be that they said that the paper towel one was worse because it was so destructive to the environment and everything. But then somebody came out saying that you shouldn't use those hand blow dryers in the restroom because those ones just spread whatever is on your hands, whatever germs or whatever you got, all over up into the atmosphere, into the restroom, make people sick and don't even dry your hands all the way. And then And then the paper towel ones, well, they're like, well, all the germs and everything are just sitting there anyway, and it creates other issues with sanitary reasons. It's just not airborne because your hands are already washed with, you would hope, soap. So the whole blow dryer thing doesn't. And they just go back and forth. And if you just follow the money, you find out that one of the companies that's saying air blow dryers are bad, well, it's because they own a paper company. And then the paper company ones are paying scientists to do the other thing. And I'm pretty sure that lard and margarine is just the same way.
So the people who make lard don't like magic.
They don't.
If I'm being honest, I don't care much for magic myself. It I don't know, makes me feel weird.
That's
I too had a bad experience in Mrs. Lawson's 4th grade class.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but you keep rubbing that scar.
Well, it itches sometimes.
What did I tell you? You're not supposed to itch at scars or they're never going to heal. You get me?
Yeah. You could tell me that 1,000 times.
Tell you 1,000 times more, hard-headed woman.
Excuse me?
Oh, it's just sorry. Old joke with Bill and me from elementary school. Our teacher,
Ms. Lawson's 4th grade class was a wild and rambunctious place.
It was rowdy, to say the least.
Bill, did your 4th grade teacher try and saw you in half?
Miss Lawson did perform certain rituals at the all-school assembly. She said she needed a volunteer.
The reason we called her Miss Sawson.
And that for once, she would be the magician and someone else would be the magician's assistant. And I did get voluntold to lay in a box and get bifurcated.
That just doesn't sound safe.
I did protest.
Judging by the scar, it was not safe.
He did survive, though. Scar. He did survive.
I did survive by sinew and threads of flesh. It took me quite a while to recover. And I did get to skip the rest of the year. But
wasn't that all day assembly that was like at the end of the school year?
Yeah, it was right before summer break, final week. It was pretty much just but I just on a technicality, I did get the rest of the year off, and I am proud of that. And I do
bragged about it forever.
I do hold that high, and I guess I'm just trying to salvage something out of it, because the principal did try to pivot the whole assembly to be about first responders, and I was kind of pissed off about that because it took the focus off of me and made it about paramedics.
I've never seen somebody punch an ambulance driver like that.
Well, my muscles were spasming. They'd lost contact with the command center, so to speak, and I was flailing a bit amongst the spurting.
Does anybody have any other questions about the recipe?
I'm all my questions I've asked. Sorry to make this about me.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying this is about my grandmama's apple crisp.
Yeah.
I expect everybody to pay it the due diligence that it deserves.
Hellen, there's the little asterisk here.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
What's why do we need a drop of blood? Does it have to be ours?
Well, it's preferred to be your own blood. My grandmama was very adamant that you put your own blood, sweat, or tears into whatever you cooked. And she never cried. So the only thing she could really personally put in was blood, because tears are crying and sweat is simply just the body crying. So she couldn't do either.
Okay.
So you're saying your grandmama was not crying all the time?
She was not crying all the time.
Okay.
That's good.
Very good. Hellen, not all of your recipes are going to have bio waste in them. Is that correct?
I mean, only the ones from my grandma.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
She did make it through the Depression.
My uncle's does require you to cut all of your vegetables under or above a pentagram. There's that.
That's this is where things get frightening for me. But I will do what I can in respect.
I know. I'm sorry. I did not mean to trigger you with talking about cutting.
Yeah.
Bill, remember what we talked about right here? You got this.
Yeah.
You can get pre-sliced vegetables.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
1,
3.
2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Important.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good. That's good. Proud of you.
Well, I'm excited to see what these crisps are going to turn out like at our next meeting.
Or what they're going to turn over like.
It's not a turnover, Alistair. It's a crisp.
Yeah.
It's a crisp.
Mate.
I thought it.
It says right at the top.
I mean, I was.
You got
It's
2
bold. Scene.
Oh my goodness. What the fuck?
Was it John who said, "Hey, it's cool that you're actually Elvis," and then just moved on? I'm so happy. That's so fun.
And what's funny is I was just going to say like competitive gamer or something. Like we can't all be, but like for some reason my brain wasn't getting the correct like job title to come out, and so then Dave
Bill
rescued us all with Elvis.
Wow.
That's so great. Oh my god.
Oh,
I loved it. I freaking loved it.
yeah.
That's so fun.
I liked too how we began in like generally pretty copacetic, camaraderie, everyone was like, pleased with each other. And then by the end, it was just like, oh, come the fuck on.
He's trying his best to tell a stupid pun, and everyone's like, "You fucking idiot!"
Crisp.
Hellen,
It's a crisp.
Hellen dresses in black and drives a hearse. I guess it sounded like, are you actually a mortician? It sounded like maybe you were.
Yeah, I said that I was a mortician.
Okay,
Oh,
I
okay.
thought
Because
so.
I go after my day job at the mortuary to the cemetery to hand out veils.
You avail people
Veils.
of the garment.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Bill got cut in half by his 4th grade teacher.
Who was just feeling left out, apparently.
Oh, God. Well, I know it's like you were talking about like a bad experience in 4th grade at a magic show, and then a scar. It was like it's only one way you get a scar at a magic show.
Oh my God. Cody, you had me dying with your Elvis interjections.
There was one where you guys doubled up on it, and somebody else said, and I was just like, that was my point.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Cody said something, and then Dave said, Yeah,
I was like, no, that's what got me. That's what broke me a little bit.
Oh, I was dead.
As soon as you said we can't all be Elvis, I was like, all right, then here we go.
But I can.
One of us.
I can definitely be Elvis now.
I can be Elvis. You get me? And I'm not going to watch a bunch of Elvis videos and do a bunch of deep cuts that no one's going to get.
There you go. Yeah.
Do it.
His beach movies.
Well, fellow listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to our first episode of The Plot Thickens, the Potluck Pals edition. I hope that you stick around. Next week will be another Wasting All the Time episode, and then following that will be another Potluck Pals, the serialized improv show.
Can't wait to find out how the crisps turned out.
We got to find out how those crisps
don't turn over.
The crisps turned out. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever it is that you're listening to this podcast. And until then, goodbye.
Plot thickened.
Oh! The potluck thickens. That's what we call goofball.
Bon voyage.
Good night, folks.
Congratulations, you've made it to the end of another episode of Wasting All the Time, a podcast. If you enjoyed this show, then please consider subscribing on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, or follow us on Spotify. If you really enjoyed the show, then head on over to patreon.com/timewastepod and become a supporter of our time-wasting efforts. Now, that was a lot of things I just threw at you, so if you forget all of that, just head on over to wastingallthetime.com, and there we have all the answers.